Angels we have heard on high.
Non-stop music and Sing We Now of Christmas rehearsal CDs and music book make learning these original harmonies easy and fun. And best of all, you can schedule your practice time however you like. You are in charge.
Gloria in excelsis Deo.
We'll be using the alto rehearsal CD for our demonstration. Let's look at how this system works using your home stereo setup. Load the CD into the player. Next, locate the balance control on your stereo system. The position of the balance control determines whether the sound comes from both speakers or any combination of the left and right speakers. Turning the knob adjusts the balance. For all of the rehearsal CDs, the right speaker will have the featured vocal exclusively, and the left speaker will have the remaining chorus voices exclusively. Before we start, let me explain how each rehearsal song begins. First, you will hear the name of the song, Angels We Have Heard on High. Then, a series of starting notes. The starting notes will always be presented in the same order: soprano, alto, tenor, bass. In this case, for the alto demo, the second starting note will be the loudest and will give you your starting note. Finally, you will hear the click track giving the tempo of this song.
Angels we have heard on high.
There will always be at least 2 full measures of click track for every song. Some songs begin in mid-measure, that is, not on the first beat. In that case, you will hear 2 full measures of click track, then the partial measure of click track, and then the start of the carol. Okay, let's use the alto rehearsal CD for the first carol. Angels We Have Heard on High. The song will be announced, starting notes will follow, in soprano, alto, tenor, bass order, with your starting note being the loudest. In this case, we're using the alto. Then the click track will follow to indicate the tempo. Since this song begins on the first beat, there will only be 2 full measures of the click track. Angels We Have Heard on High. Currently, I have the balance control set to the center so that the sound comes equally from both speakers. You will note that the featured vocal, in this case the alto vocal, is still the most prominent. This is intentional. When listening through a system that does not have a balance control, like many boomboxes, you will still be able to pick out your featured vocal for practicing.
Gloria in excelsis Deo.
Listen while I turn the balance control to the right, so that gradually the left speaker volume will decrease and only the right speaker will remain. You now will hear only the featured vocal, in this case, the alto vocal. Listen while I turn the balance control back to the center, so that gradually the left speaker volume will increase and the right speaker, the featured vocal, will blend more into the general sound.
Come to Bethlehem and see him whose birth the angels
Listen while I turn the balance control to the left, so that gradually the right speaker volume will decrease and only the left speaker will remain. You will hear only the non-featured vocals, and in this case, that would be the chorus of soprano, tenor, and bass, minus the alto. Listen while I turn the balance control back to the center, so that gradually the right speaker volume will increase and the left speaker, The non-featured chorus will blend more into the general sound.
Whom the choirs of angels praise, Mary, Joseph.
As you now hear and see, Sing We Now of Christmas rehearsal CDs provide you with all of the control and flexibility of having your own private rehearsal choir and practice partner. It's easy to listen and learn. And what's even more remarkable, you can practice with or without the rest of your choir. As you learn, you decide how much or how little assistance you wish by blending in the featured vocal with the rest of the chorus voices. Whether you are learning for your own pleasure, or maybe you are part of a choir getting ready to perform, you and your fellow singers will learn faster and more accurately, given the ability to choose for yourself how often and where you wish to rehearse. Not to mention deciding to practice only your part or your part plus the rest of the chorus, a little or a lot, according to your preferences. Lastly, for you commuters, don't forget to consult the manual for your car stereo and use the balance control exactly as demonstrated here in the same way. Learning while listening and singing along will boost your vocal confidence, and most of all, it will give you the added pleasure and enjoyment that comes from singing well. Non-stop music and Sing We Now of Christmas rehearsal CDs with original harmonies for traditional Christmas carols.
Gloria in excelsis Deo.